We're lucky enough to have Jean-Baptiste from Germany here with us tonight.
Good evening.
Good evening, welcome. How has the conference been going for you so far?
Something which I know already from the two former conferences which I attended, and I am just enthusiastic about the number of people attending the conference. It's more and more every time, so it's I think there were more than 500 people participating, and I'm also enthusiastic about the quality of the panels, of the people invited, and also I think it's the first time that the content of artistic questions is really the main topic. The last conferences were rather dedicated to questions like how do you organize a residency, what are opportunities from a very practical point of view. The practical point of view is still visible and active, but this time for the first time there are really interesting questions about the content and the questions which are linked to what is the practice of art today and how does it fit with the different residential art centers.
So why don't you give us a few answers to some of those questions?
You're putting immediately the difficult questions.
Tough reporter, I am.
Yes, the question is about the relation between artist and reality, artist and society, and the role that can be played by residential art centers, which is, if you see the difference between a museum or a gallery which is inviting an artist for a precise commission or commitment even, a residential art center offers to artists a larger way of dealing and a more generous way of working, which is inviting somebody and offering him time to spend in a program where an artist is free to do what he wants to do. So, and you can invent another relationship to the artist and to his own work. So it's not about necessarily producing a work, but much more about having time for artistic research, for artistic activities which are not immediately dedicated to it has to be produced, it has to be a product, it has to be visible, but much more it has to be thought from the practice of art.
So it's more of an education.
It's more of a permanent education system which would take place outside of the college, of the university, and which is also somehow a way of learning by dealing not only with other people but with the self, which means with you as an artist confronting your own questions with the reality of the place around.
And how long have you been working with artists in the residency program?
So I'm working in a place based in Germany called Akademie Schloss Solitude, which began 22 years ago, and I was lucky enough to be the founding director, so I have been working now since 1989 in this place, and in this residency program we have 45 studios. So in the last more than 20 years I think we have supported more than 1,000 artists from all the disciplines, for sure visual art, which is always important in residency programs, but also from music, from literature, from performing arts, from video and moving images in general, from design and architecture. And we have opened this program, which is a very interdisciplinary program, to other disciplines like economy and sciences and humanities. And this time for the new generation of artists and of fellowship holders who will join our program, we have invited for the first time 4 young chess players.
Oh,
and we
that's
hope,
fascinating.
Yes, we hope for a new kind of relationship and exchange between those who are working with chess and those who are working with, I don't know, in the field of humanities, in the field of literature, to see what kind of exchange they can have when they confront their different experiences.
That is really interesting. So if I was an artist and I wanted to apply to get a residency, what do I need to know, and what sort of experience do I need to have? Do you have to be at a certain level of your career?
Yes, so we don't support directly students, so we are rather interested in young professional artists with an average of around 5 years of professional experience. So the application round is a public one, taking place every 2 years, so next year will be the next application round, and we expect around 1,800 applications from all over the world. It's what we got last time, and we will select at the end with our jury around 65 to 70 fellowship holders to join our program. So at the moment we're expecting the generation selected last January, and they will join from October 2011 to June 2013.
Well, that's great. And do you have a website where people can find you?
Sure, we have a website which is the older one. We're working on a new one, more interactive website, but you find it. If you look for Academy Solitude or Artist Residency Solitude, you find us easily on the net.
Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight, and welcome back to Boston.
Thank you, and thank you for inviting me tonight to have this conversation with you. Thank you, Suzanne.
Thank you.